Hi, if you want to get closer in your relationship with your partner and you've been feeling some space or some distance and you just can't quite put your finger on it, I'm going to use the relationship trust boundary model and show you some pretty cool exercises that you can do to communicate better. Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm passionate about helping you understand what relational trauma is so that you can address it, move on with your life, and break free. So today, everything is coming from the relationship trust boundary model. I will put a QR code on the screen. So this is something that I've heard on and off through the years is, I just feel so far away from you. And the other person says, what are you talking about? I just binged the full seasons, all the seasons of Lost with you in 3 days. I sat next to you on the couch. I don't know how much closer I can get to you than this. I don't know what you want from me. And the other person's like, that's right. You did. You sat next to me for hours, for 3 days, and I still don't feel any closer to you. I don't understand it. So let me give you some explanation using the relationship trust boundary model. So in the book, we talk about two different types of boundaries. There are emotional boundaries and physical boundaries. So emotional boundaries is when you're sharing what's in your head and what's in your heart. And no one's supposed to get more of that than partner. So this is where I'm telling you what I'm thinking. I'm telling you what I'm feeling, what I'm worried about, my greatest dreams, greatest desires, past traumas. I'm pretty much an open book in the moment with my past and my future with partner. To a degree, I still have a right to privacy. Physically, it's the same. I'm as closest to my partner. We'll look at the model. Here's us. Here's partner, right? This is you, this is your partner. You're closest than any other relationship that's represented on there. So physically, I'm closest to my partner too. So in that scenario where the couple is, talking about one not understanding what the other one wants and the other one saying, I still feel so far from you, what they're really saying is emotionally, I feel like you got me out here and I don't know you. I don't feel close to you. I feel like we're basically an acquaintance emotionally. You don't really tell me what you're thinking. You don't really tell me what you're feeling. You don't share with me emotionally. And the other person says, how much closer can I be to you? I sat by you on the couch for 3 full days. So they're saying, I feel far away from you emotionally. And this one says, physically, I'm sitting right next to you for days. So one's talking about the emotional distance and one's talking about the physical closeness. So it's sort of like, trying to fix a relational issue with money. We're trying to fix this emotional problem with physicalness, which is very, very common. So what we want to do is learn how to emote and open up emotionally so that your partner can actually go there in your rung and you can meet them there. So this is just where you start to share what are you thinking and what are you feeling with your partner. Now, this can be really difficult because we don't often walk around thinking about what we're thinking about and thinking about how we're feeling. We're just sort of like feeling something, not really being mindful of it, and then we're responding to those emotions before we even process anything. So a really simple exercise you can do is to write down 3 thoughts and 3 emotions every day, and then pick one of those sets and share it with your partner. So it could be something as simple as, today I was feeling really sad. I was missing my dad. So if I open up and say that to someone, I let them get pretty close to me, right? Because I'm telling you how I was feeling and what I was thinking. So therefore, I'm allowing you to kind of go there with me. Now, that doesn't mean I'm ready for, a 5-hour dialogue on how I feel, but I'm at least letting you know I am sad. So when you're on the other end of me, that's usually pretty obvious, right? Like I knew something was wrong. I knew you weren't feeling 100%, but every time I ask and you tell me I'm fine, then it's like, I really don't know what to do about that because I can clearly see you're not fine. So to say it all in a summary, if you want to get closer to your partner, you got to look at both areas, both the physical and also the emotional. And no one's going to get more of you emotionally or more of you physically than your partner. That's how you're going to protect that relationship and keep it strong and solid. So hopefully you got some ideas. If you want your partner to be this close to you, you also have to realize how much am I allowing them in both physically and emotionally. Maybe physically they're out here and emotionally they're here. That still means we have work to do, right? Because it would have to be both the emotional and the physical. And if you're not comfortable with one or the other, then that's where the work begins. It's not like I force myself to allow you here physically, or I force myself to allow you here emotionally. I want to look at what healing needs to occur, what issues need to be addressed, so that we can both go there in each other's models, right? Because we all have our own model. What would it take for us to get there? What conversations need to be had? What therapies do we need to do? What work needs to be done so that we can get to a place where it's there? How do we make it safe for me and for you so that we can be there together? So again, you can find all of this. The link is in my bio, in my description. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next one.